Yeah, it's 20.7 ROE as of the first quarter. We are joined by Siddharth Purohit.
Yes, we have Siddharth Purohit of Angel Broking joining in. Siddharth, your sense, do you think that it could go to around 3.5 times price to book post these numbers?
If you look at the numbers, then numbers on almost all count has been quite decent, and on a lot of parameters has delivered better than what we were expecting, both on the bottom line front or maybe on the asset quality front also. But I'll just like to say that the other income part has been quite higher than what we are estimating. So that has also added to that kind of bottom line. But if you see the balance sheet strength, I mean, it has been quite surprising that after delivering almost consistently kind of 25% growth for many quarters, again they have outperformed their past track of and delivered 33%. It's quite commendable job on this balance sheet, and that too without any deterioration in the balance sheet. But what actually I believe is that 33% kind of loan growth, whether that would really sustain in this environment when really the corporate loan books for most of the banks is really not picking up. So no doubt Yes Bank has got a very strong management and they're able to drive it. But maintaining this kind of growth rate could be a challenge, this 30% kind of growth rate going ahead. And my point is that whether this kind of growth rate would attract higher slippages going ahead. That is a point of worry. So far, we have not seen any sort of, pressure on the asset quality during this quarter, no doubt. But that remains a concern. So, to your point that whether valuation would sustain at a higher side, no doubt ROEs at 20% plus should attract a higher valuations. But we will be little cautious at the current valuation, and that looking at the sharp run up in the stock in the last couple of months. So I think based on our valuations, it is trading around little above 2.5 times FY18 book. So we would be little cautious buying at the current level. But
Siddharth, the current book is 345 rupees as of June 30th, as of 1 month ago. What's your book calculation for the end of the year?
We had estimated around 465 for FY18, and I think given the current rate, it could, given the current profit numbers, and if this run rate remains, then possibly that can go up little bit. But what we are also little worried is that if your asset quality sees little deterioration, then possibly provisions number could go up. So actually, we would not really revise
I take your fear that when you're growing at 33%, you should be worried about asset quality. But they have gone through one of the worst periods of asset quality for the entire banking sector with very minor bruises. So at the moment, I would like to give them the benefit of the doubt. Now the whole world is cautious about the quality of loans they lend to corporates. To expect that, Yes Bank, after having been cautious when everybody was exuberant, will throw caution to the winds now is a little unlikely. Well, in any case, my sense is that book value calculations will have to be redone because it looks like the profit growth has surprised at least 5 percentage points more than our own poll. So higher reserves and the QIP coming in will all mean that the book value may not be the 450 rupees in FY18, but that 450 may come much earlier than what Siddharth is saying.
Yes.
Nilesh Parikh?
Yes, we have Nilesh Parikh of Edelweiss Securities joining in as well. Nilesh, hi, thanks very much for joining in. First, wanted your thoughts on the other income figure, which has really supported the net profit this time. Were you expecting such a high other income figure this time?
So, it's marginally higher, but, if you look at a sequential trend, it's not, it's seen a 12% kind of a run-up, but we'll need to get further details on that. There could be some element of trading gains, which they would have reported. So they've been carrying some of these corporate bonds, which obviously would be, given where the interest rates are, would be sitting on huge mark-to-market gains. So probably some gains would have been crystallized. But currently we don't have details on that,
Okay, but you're not allowed to book gains on other income, right? If it is only an MTM gain, that cannot be shown in other income anyway.
No, as I mentioned that the MTM gains would have got crystallized. So
okay, you know, I'll tell you that the notes to accounts point number 3, which explains the other income and which my colleague just read out. Other income includes fees and commission earned from guarantees, letters of credit, loans, financial advisory fees, selling of third-party products, earnings from foreign exchange transactions. Okay, and there is also that profit and loss from sale of securities. So yeah, Nilesh, maybe your guess could also be part of the contributor. What's the kind of book value that you are looking at by FY17 end, and what kind of valuation you will give? How many times the book?
No, so I think, one of the important events which is around the corner is the capital raising. Now, initially, this was something that the approval that they had taken about a year back. At that point of time, the price point was somewhere around 750. Now we've seen an increase of about to around 1200. So if I think it will be, imminent to build that into numbers as we go along, because this event is just around the corner. So, what we've done is we factored in the imminent dilution at price, around the current market price. So this is leading to, based on the current numbers, trajectory of earnings, we are looking somewhere, we are still working on numbers, but will be around the 545 to 550 rupees book value by FY18. And, currently our price target is about 1180, but we would soon be revising that.
Twice book, so your price target will be revised higher?
Yes, we would be. So earlier, as I mentioned, we were not, building in these capital raising. Before that, we were giving on the 453 rupees of book value for FY18. We were giving a price multiple of about 2.6, which, with the capital raising and slightly better earnings traction, gets revised broadly around the 545 to 550 rupees by FY18. So there would be a pickup in value, means the price target, but we are still working on that. So
okay, fair enough. Nilesh, Siddharth as well as Lata, thank you very much for joining in and taking us through what has been a very good quarter for Yes Bank, and there's a reason why that stock is the top gainer on the Nifty on a year-to-date basis, up around 60% plus. But for today as well, it's been quite a satisfactory quarter, like Rana Kapoor himself is saying. But with that, it's a wrap.